Ball down, you get 3 points.
Yeah, points are a must on an opening drive, right? So they moved it down efficiently, got it done. I think that bodes well for their chances moving forward in this one.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. They'll roll him out right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. A first down carry now for Miller. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Being chased out left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Come back.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on, and got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller from 4 yards out. And the Texans are in for 6. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Charles, last week, the Atlanta Falcons, that was the game that you had against the Green Bay Packers. And another loss, 5 in a row now. It's been quite a fall from Super Bowl 51, has it not been?
It certainly has, and it's hard to truly explain. They've had plenty of injuries on defense, but at one point they had won 3 in a row, had gotten themselves back to 4-4, and were headed to Cleveland. Looking like they had a bunch of momentum. They got whacked in Cleveland and haven't been the same team since. Julio Jones had a big game in Green Bay on Sunday. Had 8 catches, 106 yards, and 2 touchdowns. 4 of those and a touchdown came on their first drive. Not much after that.
And this loss that last week, that guarantees that they're going to have their first losing record since 2014. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. On second down, Ryan.
Oh, my.
An opening past the 40.
Hey, that play not going to work.
To Mohamed Sanu.
Don't run that shit no more. I'm telling you right now, don't run that shit no more.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. They'll throw on first down.
Stupid. I told you don't run that shit no more. I still don't run that shit no more.
Back to the 25-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
After the interception, here's Watson.
I'm so
late. To the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch.
Protect the
in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam.
Sean, what's up with that?
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
No, sir.
Past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned
Send them on
down,
over there.
trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong,
over here,
you may put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep
Don't do nothing crazy right
here. On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
You gonna send him motion this time?
Now Ryan on second down. He'll air this one.
Hell no.
Hell no. Loose. It's incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half. Trying to hit a big chunk play right
there,
it ain't. And add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Will post coming. Come on now. Let that shit work. Give me a little pressure.
Third and long. It's Ryan.
No.
That's complete.
Man, hell no, man.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead.
Can't even catch that shit.
As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
21. I like that. Let's go. Come on. 11. Bush ain't gonna be open this time. 21. Hey, let's go. Get out. Wait.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down.
Man, who the hell told this man to come up?
Why would you do that?
Why?
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10.
Come on, JJ. Put some pressure now. Get up!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
Take it 3 right now.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And Bryant's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And here comes the Texans now. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Watson will bring up the Texans here, first and 10 at their own 26. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He'll buy some time right. This is incomplete.
Well, you know, thinking back to last week around the league, it was one. We've had some crazy weeks this year, Charles, but this was one of the crazier, maybe the craziest week that we've had. You think about the 99-yard run that sort of kicked it all off. Of course, that wild finish in Miami. I mean, we saw a bunch of interesting things.
We certainly did. How about the 3 worst teams by record in the NFL? The Jets, the Raiders, the 49ers all won on the same weekend. We had overtime in Kansas City and in Dallas. And the 2 front runners in the NFC, New Orleans got a scare in Tampa Bay, and the Rams lost in Chicago.
Yeah, crazy weekend. It figures to be a crazy finish the rest of the way in this NFL season.
23 yards on the play. On first down, Watson. Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Eluding the pressure right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. The CD, by the way, we have some news from the esports world. First major of the new year. The Madden Classic was held in Las Vegas during Week 14 of the NFL season. 170 players.
Yeah, did you see the money?
Over $150,000 in prize money.
Not so bad, Not too shabby.
And your winner, I'll let you do the honors for the second straight year.
Michael Skimbo, second straight year. The man walks away with the money and the championship belt. He beat Justin Lowman Brown 28-21 in the final. I think the world was looking forward to this one, and they got it. And I can't wait to see how Skimbo does with the rest of the majors now. He is the man to beat.
Sorry, little man Barone. Congratulations, Skimbo. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Hey, Tuesday. Left. Let's go.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Freeman. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Coleman. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Coleman. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Coleman now. And he is going to lose yardage here. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, Tuesday. On! Gun!
To throw on 2nd down. Ryan. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
22! Get up! Fight! Hey, express!
Out of the gun, it's Ryan.
What the fuck is that? He didn't even go for the ball. Safety right there. Ew.
Calvin Ridley, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the 4th.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Watson on 2nd down. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Watson. His throw is going to be incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Throwing again is Watson. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On 2nd down, here's Watson.
I'm
and the flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game, as now they've got it 3rd and long. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They go back to the ground now with Miller. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Again, it's Miller. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
Back to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Back to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. He's back to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Now Ryan on first down. And he takes a shot on the release.
Give me some pressure.
This will be incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan.
God. Get dealt. Oh, my God.
Catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. He got 29 yards that time.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Going for the deep ball. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That one goes for 36 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. This is Kohler, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. They come out here in the I. On 3rd and goal, Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And this will be caught.
Man, oh my God.
An absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. A partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not